Alright, what we're going to look at here, we're going to look at a joint member, and what it is, it's a trench, also known as a housing, also known as a dado. Alright, so all it is, it's just a simple trench in a piece of material. So looking in plan, we've got two cuts here, and looking in elevation, it's dropped into a depth, whatever that depth is, and in end elevation, we're looking at it this way, so we don't see this line, so it becomes a hidden detail line. So once again, we're going to mark this out. So we'll pick up a square and a sharp pencil. I'll put it here, close enough. So I'll square a line across the piece of material. Now I want to go the thickness of the material, which is this distance here, because I want it to sit into there like so, and into there like that. So what I'll do is I'll put that on that line that I just marked, and then I'll just put a mark there like so, hold the pencil there, go back to the square, put the square on it, draw the line across, and then what I'll do is I'll do it this way because you guys will be able to see it. Square that up there, square that up there, so I've squared those lines up there. Do the same to this side, come in here, square that there, come down to there, square that there. And what I want to do is I want to trench this out, take this out. So what I need to do is mark that with a piece of chalk. So I'm going to take out this piece here, and I need to go a certain depth. So what I'll do is I'll go 12 mil will be good. So I'll pick this up and I'll have a look at this. That's the wrong way to measure that. That's 12 mil, set at 12 mil already. So what I'll do is I'm then going to mark across here. I'll do it both ways. So I'll put a spur in there like so, put a hole, so there's a hole there and a hole there, and then we'll run the gauge across, the marking gauge, mortise gauge, run it across harder and harder and harder. Leave me this slice, do the same to this side, put this in there, put this in there, lightly to start with, harder, 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 harder. So there I've got, that depth is coming out there, that depth is coming out there, that depth is coming out there, and this piece of material is going to slot into this like so. So what I need to do is I need a bench hook and a saw, depending on what sort of what you're going to use the joint for. It depends on what sort of saw you're going to use. So if you're going to do fine joinery, you're going to use a tenon saw, but I'm just racing through this, so I'm just going to use this combination tenon panel, short stub. Then what I want to do is I want to cut down this to that line, so I want to leave the line half on. Check, and I'm going down square. Once again, check. So I've gone down square and square. Go over to this line here. So I've cut those down to the bench, that's the bench there, the bottom of it. I'll put a relief cut in the centre of that. Doesn't matter where that goes. And I end up with these three cuts in like this. Now when I chisel this out, looking at it in end elevation, what I want to do, I'm going to chisel it, but I'm not going to chisel it flat across. I want to chisel it up to a point. So my chisel's going to go there, and I'm going to take it up there, and then I'm going to take it up there. So actually I'm chiseling it into a point. and then it's going to be easier to take out the waste. So what I'll do, goes over there, I find myself, what's that, 35, I don't want to use a 35, so I'll use a, oh yeah, this looks alright, oops. I'm going to use a smaller chisel, so I've got a 24, so I'll just give this a quick buff here, so here, flat on the back always, nice and hard. I'll find the back of the grind in the front, hold it right on that point. As I say, I do a circular motion, some people do a figure 8. Push that back on the there, nice and flat. Find that point again. One more. That'll do me. Okay, just give that a wipe over with a rag. Now what I'll just use the bench hook, do you reckon? Yeah. I'll just use this bench hook, I'll put this in here. Hopefully you guys will be able to see it, I think you will be able to. I'll just clamp that on there. Clamp that there. Just bring that down a bit actually. Put that there. Put another one there. And what that's going to give me now is it's going to give me a solid edge here to knock this up instead of it sliding all over the bench. Okay, clamp that if you wish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the chisel probably 2 mil above that marking gauge line, and I'm going to chisel up. Looking at it like that, I'm going to chisel up that way. So I end up with a point like that. I'm going to use the back of the chisel, so the flat part of the chisel going down. I'm going to go in there and find that mark there, like so, and just chisel that up like that. That's what I've done. So you can see that there, it's gone up to that point. And then I'm going to do the same to the other side. So I'm turning that over, then I'm making this point to the top, put that in there. And so what I've done is I've gotten rid of the bulk of the waste. So now what I can do is chisel this part down a little bit, so I'll give it one knock on the top. So I'll put this in here, just come in here somewhere, same again, flat part of the chisel, just come in there like so. And that's got rid of that like so. And then what I've got to do is just get rid of this tiny little bit of waste here. And then what I can do is I can put the flat part of the chisel, this part of the chisel, on the marking gauge line there, and it'll just pare it away. Put this in here, always chisel away from your body obviously. Put that in there, and then just work that into the centre. So one of the best tricks to being a good tradesman is sharp tools. Okay, so that's what you want to end up with. It's just paring that away there. Okay. Go to the other side. Put that in there. I need my other glasses. Put that in there. And very easily just take that waste out. And then you end up with that there. Come out, that's what you're after. Have a look at the bench. I'm looking down to see there's a tiny little bit of an imperfection there in it. So I'll just clean that up. Put that in there. So I can chisel now into this piece of wood. It's like a stop. Just clean up the bench a little bit. Like so, the bench being the flat part of the housing or the dado. Then we have that there, which is nice and beautiful. I always just do a little trick. I'll get the corner of the chisel I'll just go in to that there and I'll just slice that across there. And I'll just slice that across there to get rid of any garbage. That looks pretty good. And by rights, this should fit straight into that joint, and that's what we call the housing joint, and that should be 90 degrees, which it is. Okay, and that's what we call your trench, housing or dado. Okay, thanks for watching that, and I will see you on the next joint exercise. Thanks for watching.